again, a very contentious issue is that the proposed permit relaxes vanadium and pH limits. That Rick pointed that out in his second slide. And again, to repeat what I just said, the rules set the limits halfway between background and the cleanup standard. A number of wells near the discharge system were not even installed before the permit was issued because they need to have their hydrogeological study and their monitoring system approved before they installed the wells and obtained background data. So for some parameters like vanadium, we assumed a 0 background concentration when we set the permit limit. And that is how we ended up with a very low vanadium limit. Once we got background data, again, before the discharge started, we saw the background wasn't 0, but it was significantly higher. And so then, following the rules, we changed the vanadium standard in this permit to halfway between the background concentration and the cleanup standard. I guess I got a little bit ahead of myself. I already said that. And the same is true for pH. We were using site-specific data collected after the permit was issued, but before the discharge started, to set the pH limits in accordance with the rules. Those who take a close look at the draft permit will see there's one well in the bottom bullet that has its own vanadium limit. That's because that well is an outlier. The background vanadium is very high in that well. Again, below the cleanup standard, but fairly close to it. So it merited special consideration to get a background condition for that individual well.